3, 2, 1, and we should be going live. Hang on. What the... Why is it not working? It didn't go live. What the heck? Why? We are live here at the Iowa Speedway for the Hard Cup Series. Welcome to the booth, Eli McDonald with me. Eli, how are you doing tonight?
Good. How about yourself?
Not too bad. Just looking forward to getting this racing action underway, as I know many of these drivers have. A few guys.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just saying a lot more people showing up now than the first one we had up, so that's good to see. Getting a good solid field size in tonight.
Absolutely. We are now just starting qualifying, and on track right now we're looking at Dustin Hardy. One thing with Hardy, he himself will say qualifying is not his strong suit, but come to race pace, this driver stands out.
Yeah, certainly. He's the guy that runs the league here, Hardy Design Cup Series. Been really, we're putting in a lot of work, just getting everyone joining, and like I said, we got a lot of people here tonight to hopefully put on a good race here.
Can Dustin go better than third this lap? Yes, he bounces up to second. Great qualifying run for him.
Charlotte Hill with a quick time currently of a 22.344. Joseph Smith in second with a 22.374, and that is Dustin Hardy in third with a 22.544.
Right now we're looking at Landon here in the 15 Toyota. Can he better his lap time this lap? Nope.
23 car jumps up to the third spot, just ahead of Dustin. Looks like 8 cars have gotten in a lap so far. We have around 18 cars showing up with us tonight here at Iowa Speedway.
Awesome. On track now we got Peter Shepard. Let's see what he can do in this qualifying run.
Yeah, a lot of new faces that we aren't necessarily familiar with, but definitely got to see their talent on track tonight and see who stands out, and hopefully they show up for the start of the season. Hopefully next week at Daytona.
As many of you know, watching, we had the massive iRacing update today, and a lot of people struggled with getting it loaded in time for what should have been the kickoff for the season here at Daytona this week. But unfortunately, like I said, due to that update, a lot of people are having trouble. So we will be bouncing that back to next week on Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So tune in if you want to see the actions from the Daytona International Speedway.
Yeah.
All right, looks like we got a couple cars still waiting to qualify. Doesn't look. Looks like we're just waiting on the 12 car. Oh, looks. I don't know if he. Nope, doesn't look like he's going to make a qualifying run. So Eli,
like Charn Hill, the whole sitter, over Joseph Smith, So that'll be your front row. Row 2 is going to be Grant Lee Williams and Dustin Hardy. Then row 3 will be Peter Shepard and Xavier. That'll be your top 6.
As we get ready to go to starting lineup here on pit road, thing to know about these cars here at Iowa with the new repave in turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 is it's got a lot of grip, so you have to balance these cars out on that old asphalt going into the pavement. Eli, is that what the drivers are going to be thinking of every lap, or is that kind of in the back of their mind?
Yeah, I would think main things you'd be thinking about here are just, obviously 100 laps isn't a very long race, but obviously considering tires to some extent, and obviously fuel will probably not be an issue. And a lot of it just plays into the number of cautions we have. Obviously, like we said, we're not as familiar with some of these drivers, so we don't know how they race, if they're more of aggressive driver or, kind of wait towards the end. So our last race at North Wilkesboro definitely was a lot of cautions at the beginning. So just interesting to see how cautions play it affects how the race plays out.
Absolutely. You want to take it with our starting lineup for today's race here?
Yeah, Sean Hill in the 05 on the pole. Alongside will be Joseph Smith, and the second row will be Grant Lee Williams alongside with Dustin Hardy. Row 3 going to be Peter Shepard and Xavier. Then row 4 is going to be Jason Fensler and Chris Winter. Then rounding out your top 10 will be Landon Farrell and Dale Owen, and Dale Owen as well, one of the drivers that is not qualified, so we are not 100% sure on which these drivers will start the race. Other drivers that did not qualify are Peter Stewart, Nicholas Giampa, Cody McGann, Michael Johnson, Lucas Weiland, James Jones, Braden Davidson, all those drivers there.
So it looks like we've got 10 cars on the grid so far, just waiting for the remaining drivers to load in. And we'll get this race underway here shortly. If he does make the grid on time, I anticipate James Jones tearing up the field. He's a pretty good driver. What's up?
Y'all doing the broadcast?
Yes, sir.
All right, 10-4.
And that, folks, was the lead owner and driver of the 88 Dustin Hart checking in.
I was glad to see this.
Once again, huge shout out to Dustin Hardy for making all this possible. Without him, we wouldn't be here. Me and Eli wouldn't be here in the booth, and these guys would be racing these amazing cars here today.
100%. It'll be I believe two laps to green here. So once they cross the line, they will have 1 lap to go until they take the green flag for 100 laps here under the lights at Iowa Speedway. You see them trying to get some heat in their tires, so we're not seeing the spinning out tires and restarts, things like that. Try to clean restart and try to get a good race going.
Absolutely, and you nailed it on the head, getting tire pressure into these tires. These Goodyear tires with this new update on iRacing is definitely going to be a struggle for a lot of these drivers. So we got 1 to go. What are your final thoughts before we hit the green flag?
I'm just really interested to watch these cars. I'm not too familiar with all these guys. Like I said, we know Dustin, but I think it'll be interesting to see which drivers are fast and which drivers are, good on the long run, and see who will prevail tonight here at Iowa Speedway.
Absolutely. In the words of Larry McReynolds, drivers, reach up and pull them belts one more time. We're about to go green here at Iowa.
Pace car will be making the hard left-hand turn this time on a pit road. Sean Hill and Joseph Smith lead the green. Here we go for Iowa Speedway. A pretty even start for both lanes as they head down into turn 1. Side by side. And into 1 and 2 looks like they're 31. Almost clear, not quite.
No, we got a battle for the 4th place position right there going in turn 3. Oh, they're wrecking!
Big wreck. We're gonna get a number on that one, but he looked like just snapped boost on huge hit the outside wall.
Oh, he just gets loose in turn 3 and loses it all on his own. Good heads up. Oh, the 4 gets collected, and so does Hardy. Net code. That was just a case of cold tires going into turn 3. Heavy front end and rear end damage for the 86 Fastenal Ford. I don't think they have a fast repair. Eli, I don't know if you know.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that, but certainly if they don't have a fast repair, unfortunately, our leader early on will not be able to run the rest of the lap here tonight. But very unfortunate to start the race here.
So unfortunately, that took out a number of our drivers. We only have 4 cars on track right now from the looks of it. This is the one thing with short track racing, Eli. You and both understand this as being racers ourselves. This is common with short track. There's nowhere to go.
Yeah, certainly. Especially, you at bigger tracks, you have a lot more time to react. But when it's such close quarters here, Iowa Speedway, not necessarily the smallest track, but definitely a lot of the short track aspects to it. With just like you said, there's nowhere to go a lot of times, and pretty, as they call it, the fastest short track on the planet. So you have those high speeds while very close quarters. So yeah, very unfortunate for those guys behind.
Absolutely. You hate to see that on the first lap. Looks like Dustin Hardy made it back out after getting caught up in that. Most likely took fuel only, knowing Dustin. Real quick, that showed up the field real quick. Eli, let's give him a rundown.
Yeah, still our Pulsar Sean Hill at the front of the field. Currently Williams now to second spot. Peter Shepard in third. Then you got Jason Fensler in fourth. Dustin Hardy hanging there in fifth. And then you got Landon Farrell, Peter Stewart, Xavier, Chris Winiger, and Joseph Smith will round out your running order, as he was the leader on the first lap. Then had the unfortunate crasher that I believe ended his day. Unfortunate. So we do, as of now, have 9 cars left, but it is Sean Hill at the front, the number 05 C4
So just keep in mind, folks, that this is a recruitment race, so this is not for points. This is for fun and people in the league. It's been entertaining thus far to see kind of the opening little lap and how these cars are handling. I noticed a lot of the bouncing around, cold tire pressures. Do you think that's something that is going to be the driver's mind now that we're right going into turn 3 cold tires?
Yeah.
Or do you, as a driver, you put it in the back of your mind and go about your day?
Yeah, I would say we're certainly going to take, if you were paying attention to what the leader did, if you're the leader heading into the first lap on the restart, you're definitely going to be a lot more hesitant to get back on the throttle and just, be very cautious, at least the first few laps on these tires. Once you get heating them, definitely run a lot different, and you can just kind of get steady rhythm. But we're getting ready to kick the green flag again. Sean Hill led the outside of the restart. Currently Williams in that beautiful low wall chain going to be in the inside. We are taking the green flag. It will be in the restart zone this time. Green flag back there on the highway, and the bottom lane, really good launch for Sean Hill and Jason Spencer. They're heading 1 and 2.
Looks like Jason's going to battle Sean for that lead off in turn 2 down the backstretch side by side. Can he make that inside line work? That top side's going to have an advantage off of turn 3 and 4. New leader off of 4. He does a slide jump across his nose, but here comes Hill crossing over.
Yeah, a very good battle here. First few laps into the race. As like you said, Jason Fensler, very veteran move getting by there. But Sean Hill sticking with him in second. But look who's on his back bumper, Grantley Williams, trying to get past because he's got Peter Shepard right behind him.
Peter Shepard go for the pass on the bubble wall machine here. Can he make it stick? Little rubbing. Side by side going down the backstretch. Can he make the inside line work?
They are battling hard for that third spot. Just we're gonna keep an eye on that. The first and second place cars have single file out, but that battle for third rages on between 69 and the 23 car.
Looks like Greg gets the advantage on turn 2. Very good move on that high side. I didn't think the high side would come in so early.
Yeah, I definitely think, it being under the lights certainly helps with that. Just being a more multi-group racetrack, get more rubber down is definitely going to help that too. But we'll see how long drivers want to stay up there for until these tires start wearing, and see how fast and how much these tires do wear.
We still got a battle for third and a battle for the lead heating up front. Battle for third still rages on, side by side, lap after lap. This is impressive from these two drivers. I honestly did not think Iowa would be this racy this early on, but you nailed it. I think the under the lights definitely brought grip back out on this racetrack.
Yeah, the battle for the lead here is definitely picking up. The 05, like you said, the pole sitter of Sharn Hill, he's sticking with him lap after lap. I believe Jason Pendler just trying to try different things to get by, and he may just be riding trying to save those tires and maybe move later on in the run.
Yeah, early on, you want to have tires in the long run, especially if you have a long green flag run here early on in the race. You're definitely going to want to conserve tires and see what that leader in front of you or behind you, for that matter, what lines they're running, and see if you can make a move. We had an insane battle there for third with Grant and Peter, and Peter just muscled his way to third. Good racing, heads up racing from both of them not to wreck.
Yeah, but look who it's bringing in behind them as they continue to battle that number 88 machine, Dustin Hardy, just lap after lap, slowly catching back up, because once you start battling side by side, that driver behind, they are not battling for position, can catch you, and that's exactly what Dustin Hardy is doing right now.
Absolutely.
We'll see in a couple laps here, he will do them.
So one driver I'm going to pay attention here, Peter. Peter is a very good driver, very methodical in what he does. If you can see on the ticker that he's up 4 from where he started. That's a pretty good start for him, 15 laps in. So look for him to come on high. He's making that high line work. He's running some pretty competitive lap times.
Yeah, indeed. And he is right behind Dustin Hardy, who, as we were talking about him, did get in the wall just a little bit off of turn 4. Hopefully that car is still in good condition, but he is still trying to catch those spots for 4th and 3rd on the racetrack. But right behind him is that speedy number 12 of Peter Stewart.
Absolutely, like I said. And don't look now, but Sharn Hill is definitely closing the gap on Jason.
Yeah, that battle has been going on all race long. Once they started single file out, they've just been riding right by each other, but right behind each other between that 05 and that number 5 machine.
Absolutely. Right now, they're just riding each other's tire track with Sharn Hill. It's a half lane higher in 1 and 2. Will that give them an advantage or disadvantage with the aero wash of these cars?
Yeah, I don't know 100% for sure. No, he knows better than I do, but well, it'll be interesting if he starts gaining a little bit off that.
Oh, we got yellow out here at the speedway. Let's see what happened. I'm not seeing who brought that out, so let's go through the field here. Sorry for the folks, we did not catch that wreck. Going to go through the field here and see who has the damage. Eli, are you getting anything over the radio? What happened?
No, I haven't seen any drivers saying anything. Almost wonder if that's a scheduled caution. Yeah, I didn't hear Dustin say anything about that, but that could be what that was. I'm taking a look here, seeing if there's anything. It doesn't look like it, but see if we get a word on what that was. We'll keep updated, folks, and let you know if we get a reason for that caution. But we'll give you a full field rundown as some drivers elect to pit, those being Dustin Hardy, the 12 car, Peter Stewart, the 23, Grantley Williams, and looks like a couple other cars behind them pit too. So this will be interesting to see how that cycles out. We are not 100% sure on how many sets of tires they have, but be interesting to see the strategy calls that are being played. But our two front runners of Jason Fensler and Sharn Hill did elect to stay on the racetrack, and that 69 car of Peter Shepard did stay on the racetrack. He was battling for that third spot.
Yeah, it was a good battle going, and like I said, I'm sorry, folks, but I haven't received any word why that yellow was thrown. Maybe it was to bunch up the field.
Yeah, like we said, we did not see any incidents on the racetrack. I don't know if you saw that. Looked like the 69 car may have come down pit road.
Interesting. This is going back to the... Oh, I think was that the first track right there? Interesting. I didn't see that. I just happened to... No,
Hey,
that's what brought out the yellow.
Yeah, just to let y'all know, it was the one on the front stretch.
Okay, so we just found that. Okay, so I just found that. Thanks for tuning in, Dustin. We both are not seeing what happened, so thank you for that.
Yeah, I just happened to hear it on the broadcast, but yeah, it was just one song. It's not like ours, so I went ahead and threw it.
Okay, absolutely. And once again, thanks for Dustin to tune in here and give us that breakdown of exactly what happened.
Yes, sir.
All right. While we have you here real quick, we'll do a mid-race interview with you. So how are the cars feeling this evening?
Mine's awesome, man. I'm just saving tire right now and trying to see what the car's really got, but I mean, it feels awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And real quick, what's the track feeling like for the viewers at home?
Nice cold outside, so it's the track temp's like 70, I think. It's pretty sticky. It feels real good.
All right. Forgive me, folks, for the fast forward. Was trying my hardest to get to that. Give me one second here, and we're gonna get this all back up and running here.
But we about to go back green, buddy. I'm gonna hop back over here in this other VC.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Sorry about that, folks. I had to run quite a bit to catch that wreck, unfortunately. Thanks again for Dustin Hardy for jumping into the booth and taking some time to talk with us.
Yeah, as we were getting ready to go back green, it's the same front row before, but swap for positions. Now it's Jason Fensler,
We're
leader.
green.
He elected the bottom and gets a huge jump on the restart.
Oh, look now.
Actually,
Dustin Hardy gets
Hill
second.
falls back to third.
Where did Dustin pull that out of? That was a restart and a half from the two leaders.
Yeah, that bottom lane just did not get going. I don't know if you want to take a look and see if that 5 car jumped the restart or anything, but it looked like a clean restart. He just got a really good jump, and that allowed Dustin Hardy to follow him with, and that moved Sharn Hill back to third and now falling back to fourth.
I am pretty sure Sharn is struggling with those old tires for staying out. Obviously, I think he just spun them. That's what happens with pit strategy in these short track races. You're seeing dividends of what fresh tires and old tires do.
100%. Sharn Hill is dropping like a rock, but look who is battling for that lead. That is the 88 of Dustin Hardy, but we're going to keep an eye on Sharn Hill because he is falling all the way back to the back of the pack.
Yes, he is. Unfortunately, he was dominant most of this race, and I know he's got to be screaming in that 05 Chevrolet.
Yes,
Behind him, though, who's coming strong with his new tires is Landon. We haven't heard much from him today, so let's see what he can do with these fresh tires.
Yeah.
Looking underneath Sharn Hill. Struggles for these old tires for Sharn. I feel so bad for him, but you know, that's the name of the game with these tires.
Yeah, just you see him just all the way up at that racetrack, and but a huge shakeup for positions as we go back to the front of the field. It looks as though Xavier has gotten to the lead as we have a caution on the racetrack. See what that's for.
I do not know.
But very huge shakeup in positions here in the last restart. Your pole sitter, Sharn Hill, see if he elects to take tires all the way back to the back of the pack.
You said
Like
we
I
have
said,
caution on
you gotta
track. I
watch
still
out.
show green.
Oh, I apologize for that. That was previous caution. I apologize, guys, about that. Yeah, we are still green, actually. But it is Xavier out front. But like we were talking about, there are those drivers that will be very fast, but not necessarily the best at tire saving. And no knock against Sharn Hill. That's just kind of some drivers' driving style is just that way.
You know that helmet, he's screaming for a yellow right now, so you can get fresh tires on that
Yeah, and
display.
I apologize again about that caution. We are still green. There's no stopping the race right now. Xavier up front over Dustin Hardy.
Eli, it looks like Sharn Hill dropped the pit road, so it looks like he's going to lose a lap here on this green flag pit stop. As the leaders come by, yeah, Sharn loses a lap. Unfortunate for him.
Yeah, very unfortunate.
Impressive drive through the field, though, for Zay. Last week, he was forced to be reckoned with, and him and Dustin went toe for toe last week. So this is going to be a budding rivalry here once the season starts.
Oh,
front stretch. Caution is out.
Peter Shepard around. That will bring out, I believe, our third caution of the day.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Let's see what happened. Nope, wrong button. My bad, I'm still getting through this, guys. This is a little... I don't know what happened to him. For whatever reason. Where did he go? There he goes. Alright, folks, let's do this. Let's bear in mind here. I think he just gets loose. We'll find out here.
Yeah, he looks like he touches that.
Oh, he bump out of the turn 4. Let's take a look here in slow motion here. Yeah, he just hits that bump out of turn 4 and just goes around.
Yeah.
Not a little splitter damage from going across, but he should be able to continue.
Yeah. I was running some laps in practice here, and I noticed that there is a bump off of turn 4 and turn 2 that you didn't hit that wrong angle, it will send you around, but also looks like
good head driving for him as he comes back up to track. That could have been way worse for everybody involved.
Yeah.
He'll go up and catch up with the field here. And definitely get a pit road. Let's see what he does. Let's see if he puts 4 new tires on this or gas and goes. Looks like we got number 5 on pit road, Jason. So I don't know if he's doing a 4 tire. Looks like gas and go for Peter.
Interesting strategy call there.
Yeah, the 23 back on pit road. Huge shakeup for this restart. Landon, he's going to benefit greatly from this, but our leaders stay out. Interesting pit call strategies tonight, Eli. Thoughts?
Yeah. I would just think they're trying to do different things, but I think that field only call is very interesting because I wouldn't think that the fuel would be an issue. I think you'd want to take tires with fuel, even if that is just right sides. But obviously they know better than I do, so we'll see how that plays out for those drivers.
That's why they're on track and we're here in the booth.
Yeah.
So it looks like for this restart, it's going to be Xavier picking that inside lane, Dustin Hardy going on the outside lane. P3 for Landon. He's got to be excited to see that front row, Eli. This is the first time he's been up in the lead pack all day.
Yeah, he's been steady, working his way up. I believe he started further back, but he's just been working away at it. Same with Dustin. I mean, he's just been hanging in there all day long. That's what we see a lot of time from him. He's not necessarily up there at the front, but he just is steady and is up there towards the end of these races and just
Yeah,
methodical.
absolutely. You nailed it. He is methodical. It's going to be interesting. We got the veteran on the outside of a young up-and-comer of Zay. Zay is a hard driver to beat on restart. Don't look now, but the gentleman who spun to bring out that caution, Peter Shepard, he's been starting in that fourth position, Eli. How much is this a boost for his confidence?
Yeah, I just think with with all those other drivers pitting, he may not have expected that. He may have thought, he thought maybe he'd be back in the back of the pack, but definitely maybe a bit surprised by that, but definitely won't be complaining about that. But we'll see how that top lane rolls on the restart. As we saw last restart, did not get going. So
no, important.
We'll see who gets better.
Important here as we're about to go green. That pace car is going to take a left hand on the pit road. The pace car is up. We're going to get ready for a restart here. 12 laps away from the halfway. Oh, green. Ooh, little confusion on that restart. We got 3 wide and a spinner. We got the 15 of landing goes for a spin.
Oh, that's
unfortunate. Eli, I don't know if that was a tire spin.
Yeah, a lot of them happened on that restart. Immediately we saw Xavier get a huge jump, and then they were 3 wide. Looks like a lot of those guys maybe on new tires. Well, actually, it looks like the drivers on older tires struggling. Just everyone was at different speeds on that restart, and with the incident with the 15 here, it looks like obviously they were 3 wide, but might have hit a bump maybe as he was upshifting and just.
Well, it's a little contact for going 3 wide with Peter Shepard and Grant. Looked like he just got a good restart, tried to make it 3 wide, and unfortunately that huge bump in the tri-oval here is hard to maneuver on cold tires, let alone a restart.
Yeah,
so that's just one of those race deals.
Yeah, there's a lot of bumps on there. As you see, the parts of the track that were not repaved, there's a lot of bumps because that is very old surface. As you see, the parts in the turns are new black asphalt. So it's very, very interesting, but something that these drivers have to get used to, and just kind of circumstantial moment there with the 15, but looks like just a little bit of rear end damage there, but we'll see if he'll be able to continue competitively here tonight.
Yeah, as long as that rear spoiler isn't too damaged, if it's relatively in place, you shouldn't have much of an issue. The rear bumper on these cars is not really affecting the road because of the under trays. Now, if the under tray is damaged at all, that's a different story because of how much downforce they create.
Yeah.
So if we're going to get this choose time by... No, looks like the pace car lights are still on, so it looks like we've extended the yellow flag. Oh, now we're back. We're good up.
Looks like the lights are still out on the pace car though, so looks like we still have 2 laps to green, but they're ready to get going back racing.
Real quick, we're gonna just throw a word in for our sponsors. If you or anybody that you know wants to get into sim racing, go ahead and have them log into iRacing.com. Get their career started. If you have a referral code, give that to them. You and them will vary greatly. So thanks to our partners over at iRacing. And thank you for our sponsors over at Hardy Setup Shop. Do you need some setups for your race cars? Go to Hardy Setup Shop on Discord or find him on Facebook.
So we're getting the 1 green, yeah. 100%. Go check out Dustin. He does great work. iRacing, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for iRacing. That's what we've been doing. But your front row will be Xavier and Dustin, as we said, has been there all night long, trying to steal the win away from Xavier. He's got a good guy.
Looks like Landon is going to get a penalty for entering a closed pit road. I don't know if he's got something going on or just wants to try to fix the damage, but he is dealt the pit road before this restart.
Yeah, I did see Char Hill still sitting there on pit road, so don't know how long he's been down there for, but just
Sharon Hill is 11 laps down.
Yeah, not sad to see for how fast he was really on.
Restart. His car hit pit road. We are 2 by 2. Good restart for that outside lane party. He gets a slight advantage, but don't look now. Xavier making that low line work. Ooh, battle for third. We got contact. Hardy, can he save it? No, he can't. Caution is out. That was Dustin Hardy. That's fun. Let's take a look at what happened. Let's take a look at this restart here. It's a good run, and I don't know if he just braked too hard into one or... Oh, no, he gets a little tap from the 69 and sends him around, and unfortunately he can't save it and has to spin out before he makes contact with that inside retaining wall. Well, Dustin will definitely have to hit for new tires on that car.
But I wouldn't be surprised to see him back up to the front pretty quick here because he knows how to make his way back up to the front, though, so... As
Absolutely.
much of a detriment it is, I wouldn't be surprised to see him making moves pretty quick.
John Hill's still sitting on pit road. I don't know if he is out. From the looks of it, it would sure seem that way. That's unfortunate for our pole sitter tonight.
Yeah, just a lot of issues around for leaders. If you recall back to the start, it was Joseph Smith with the heavy contact at first, and then our next leader, Char Hill, just maybe using up the tires too much. So we'll see if hopefully that trend does not continue with Xavier. He's able to maybe hold on and win tonight. But
Eli, I want to give a huge shout out right now. Look who's in the second position. Jason in the number 5 Chevy. He's been patient since involved in that earlier caution. What is going through his mind as a driver under pace laps, knowing that you're close to the lead?
I just think he knows that he has the ability to get to the lead. So he's just going to try and be patient here, I believe, on this. As we're getting ready to go here shortly, just because he knows he hasn't maybe necessarily raced around Xavier as much, but just trying to figure out how Xavier run around him and kind of adapting to that and trying to work his way back around. But we saw Peter Shepard was removed from the race. Don't know what happened there. We'll keep you updated on
for that. It's unfortunate. He was having a great race. I don't know if it was... I don't know. We will keep you updated. That's a developing story.
Yeah, that means we have what will be, I believe, 6 cars on the lead lap. But just even though there aren't as many cars running anymore, they've all been competitive tonight. The leaderboard is shuffled around quite a bit tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. It's here and there, back and forth, yo-yo effect type of race, that we see typically with these next-gen strategy. Looks like a little confusion getting lined up who goes where. Alright, we got them stacked up 2 by 2 by 2. We are 2 laps away from halfway. We are halfway home.
Yeah, it's going by fast tonight, but 100 laps at a short track is long, so they've been on it all night long because they know know this isn't one of their longer races they've ever done, but obviously, like we said at the beginning, not for points. So just for those good old bragging rights.
Absolutely. As the pace car gets ready to hit the pit road, we're getting ready to go back to green. Let's see what Jason can do. He's going to be our driver spotlight on this restart. Green flag is out. He gets a great start from that outside, but Xavier holding tough on the inside lane. They're going to go too wide through turns 1 and 2. Can he make a stick? Xavier with the body check. Doesn't phase Jason. He runs a high line and he has the lead. Can he get that lead and run? No, Xavier is hot on his heels, not letting him get away. New leader
Xavier
that
should-
lap. Oh, they're gonna wreck. Oh, can he spin? Oh, he's in the wall. Green ball collect 12. Oh, unfortunate. You saw that live, folks. The unfortunate for Jason. He goes to pit road. That might be race ending there, Eli.
Yeah, but that was as
Oh
we did
no,
see,
Eli. The 12, he is broke. He is done for the day with that toe link.
That-
Unfortunate.
12 just had absolutely nowhere to go. The 12 actually got cut up after that happened. It was the 5 car getting up, and he was sliding, drifting it, kind of trying to save it down the racetrack. And that 12, yeah, like you said, absolutely nowhere to go.
As we watch Peter lift that wounded 12 car, you can see that left rear tire is not moving on his car. As you know, Eli, with these next gens, you damage that toe link, it's game over.
Yeah, especially with it being no fast repair. But that was very enjoyable racing there between Xavier and Jason. That was exciting.
Yeah,
Just wish it could have lasted longer.
absolutely. But typical short track, everybody's trying to get what they can. That was just a racing incident. I'm not going to put the blame on anybody. That just looked like they both side by side just got loose into turn 1, and unfortunately, with these next gens, you get them sideways and correct. It's like a Bronco. You don't know which way it's gonna go.
Yeah, but that's how you know they're racing hard. It's just you know that's gonna happen sometimes, but just unfortunate there for the 5 car whose night comes to an unfortunate end.
Yeah, same with the number 12 car for Peter.
Yeah.
That you hate to see it, Eli. You really do. I don't know. In my opinion, these next gens are a little too little when it comes to the rear end of these cars. They break really easy. They don't like contact. So, as a driver seeing that in front of you with it happening, do you register that in your brain, or do you just, as a driver, just go, it is what it is, we go on about our day?
Well, like we saw from the 12, sometimes it's really just you can't do anything about it. So you're going to keep that in mind when racing around someone else, but you also have to think about, some things just kind of fall into your lap. So sometimes it's just that little bit of luck you need in racing.
Don't look now, Eli, but we haven't spoke about him in quite some time, but Grant, he's up there in that beautiful Bubba Wallace paint scheme.
Yeah, he's actually our new leader after that because Xavier fell back to 4th. But
yeah, he did. So Xavier pitted that caution, so gives the lead over to Grant.
But look who's already back in second. I told you he'd be back up here. Justin back in second place.
Yeah, that beautiful Ford Mustang is in second, followed by surprise Landon. Where did he come from, Eli? He wasn't even the picture.
Yeah, I mean, luckily when he spun out, it wasn't as much of contact that it could have been, like we saw with that most recent incident with heavy contact. So he just was able to avoid that. And
Eli, I am not believing my eyes right now. How is that 12 car back on track?
I did see that. it looked like more rear end damage. So maybe he was able to get that fixed like we thought the 15. He also had rear end damages back out here. Don't know how competitive that 12 car is going to be, but let's see him back.
All right, we're getting ready for the restart once again. Let's see what the outside row can do. Good jump for Grant in that 23. Get a car length and a half over Dustin going into turn 1. Does Dustin have anything for him? Huge run out. Oh, Grant's in the wall down the backstretch. He's in the wall again. He saves it. We're still green. Doesn't look like it affected his car too much.
He's right back to Dustin.
He's battling for the lead after the contact.
I thought that would be enough contact that it wouldn't steer correctly, but he is just...
He's flying. He's flying, Eli. I'm mind blown. Normally you don't see that in these next gens.
Too. This is unbelievable. I mean, that contact was like huge on the back straightaway.
For the
3 wide.
Xavier going low while these two battle it out. He's up to second. Battle Dustin side by side. Still 3 cars that are blanket here in Iowa. And Xavier with those fresh tires making it count.
Incredible racing. Xavier's now clear for the lead, but here comes Dustin on the inside there, just not letting anyone go away with it. And the 12 cars also losing in this battle.
It's going to be a... Oh, the 23 gets into the wall again. If he didn't have significant damage that time, he definitely... He's spinning. He spins out. Can he save it? No. Caution's going to come out. Nope. He's still green if he can save it. Can he save it? Well, hey, it looks like we're staying green. See if he can get that car refired.
That is unfortunate.
Just one of those deals.
He
Yellow's out. He couldn't get it started. We are under yellow once again here at the Iowa Speedway. That was unfortunate. He had a good run going, but I think that right front damage was just enough for him. We're gonna ride along board on this restart. I don't know, Eli. Who should we ride on board with this restart?
Well, I would take a look at Dustin and see how he's doing.
All right, we just got a little slow down here to let the pace car pass the field. Yeah, that was entertaining. It looked like it was going to get good here with 40 to go here at Speedway.
Yeah, I mean, that 23 car, I just am mind blown on how fast he was after that contact on the back straightaway. I mean, usually you see that kind of hit, and you're going to have to be back to pit road, but he just about drove by Dustin. It was unfortunate to see him spin out, but you know, every caution, we're getting a smaller and smaller field to where it's becoming a game of attrition now.
Oh, we do have 4 cars in the lead now as the 12 of Peter Stevens gets the wave around. So we'll have 4 cars fighting this out here with 39 to go. This is a time in the most races where the drivers are biting their teeth, knuckles red, gripping that steering wheel. What, as a driver... Oh, hey, Dustin, welcome to the booth.
Yeah, no, it ain't that bad, man. It's going pretty good. Just turn 4 gets you.
Yeah, we were just commenting on how fast Grant was after he hit the wall out the backstretch. What did that look like from the driver's seat?
He gunned it up, and there's a bump coming out of 4. And I mean, off of 2, and he messed that bump up. I seen the sparks, and the car just shot up.
Me and Eli were saying, and normally when you hit the right front on a wall, the next gen car suffers. But somehow Grant got another gear, it looked like, and came around you like you were tied to a log.
Well, I'm thinking after that update that I think they fixed the model on this car, because you can get the wall a little bit and not mess up that right front now.
All right. Well, you heard here, folks, from the guy in the driver's seat, Dustin Hardy. Thanks for jumping in the booth. Um, how's the track feeling? Because it looks like it's rubbered in pretty well.
Yeah, oh yeah, you definitely getting the gas a little more than you could earlier now. It's getting some grip to it now.
So you've restarted on the road a couple times. This restart and how small of the field, is that a disadvantage or an advantage?
Uh, Disadvantage and an advantage. I mean, if you miss it, you're gonna lose 2 spots. But I mean, being it's only 2 spots, then you ain't got much more to come back up with when you get back.
Absolutely. And unfortunately, we've lost so many people to wrecks. We got 4 cars on the lead lap. We're gonna
Yeah,
let you focus here, and I'm going to attempt to get a ride along camera here on this restart with you. So bear with me.
10-4, buddy.
There we go. We're gonna ride on board with Dustin Hardy in the helmet cam. Green flag is out. Looks like Xavier gets a big jump. Dustin struggles just a pinch on that restart. But we are on board live with the number 88 Mustang. Eli, one thing I'm noticing with this onboard camera shot, how low Dustin arcs into that corner. He has been doing that better than anybody and rotating the middle to the corner off. Thoughts?
Yeah, I just think it's that experience that he has. Like we saw with the 15, just there that last lap, like you get those slip ups way high on the racetrack, and that's really gonna hurt your tires. But he's just, lap after lap, just very smooth and very consistent and very steady. Not pushing it too hard and just saving. Like you may not see him catch Xavier, but if Xavier's pushing to get away and get a lead, Dustin might just save those tires, and it might come down to the wire if we stay green the rest of the way.
As I just was switching cams around Dustin's car, I noticed so far he was off the wall on the front straightaway. He's at least half a car length off the wall. I don't know if that's just how his car is handling, if he's a little tight with the way the tires cooled off during this caution. But we saw Xavier up there in the lead, really tight on the wall, and get a huge lead right now. The gap is over 1.1 seconds. That's the big gap anybody's had all race, Eli.
Yeah, I mean, with it being a lot less cars, you usually see that. But I just think overall, this race tonight for being our recruitment race has just been absolutely action-packed the whole night. But like as of now, Xavier's got control of it.
Yeah, we might have a battle here for second here. There's only a 3-second gap between Peter Stevens and Dustin Hardy. We're riding on board so you guys can get a feel of how bumpy this track is here. We weren't kidding when we said this track is bumpy, and then you hit these smooth sections, and it's like you have insane grip. So you think that's always in the back of the driver's mind?
Yeah, I think this point in the race, I just think getting in a steady rhythm, just with it only being 3 cars left in the race, just running it out, and the likelihood of a caution coming out again is possible but not likely. So just trying to be steady and not use anything up really because there's no really need to. But I would keep an eye on this 12th car just because of the fact he got caught up in that huge crash just a little bit ago, and it's here
on the speed. It looks like it's for the 15 of Landon. Unfortunately, Landon's has a fair share of problems this evening.
Yeah, it seems like everyone's had problems at some point tonight, so it's really just coming down to who has the least amount of issues tonight.
Yeah, unfortunately for Landon, he's struggling. It looks like he's got significant damage to that car. Its left front isn't moving. See if he can get that fixed up. Oh, he barely misses the pit road wall. Unfortunately, let's take a look back here real quick and see what happens. hits the bump, gets that bump and drives it right, and just oh, that looks like that might be the end of the day for Landon as he bounces off the inside wall.
Looks like broken toe length maybe there on that right front, which is in these next gen cars is torture for a driver.
Yeah,
There's nothing.
For independent suspension to be in that time, and yeah, unfortunate for Landon. Well, he's locked in fourth position, so
Yeah.
we'll find out as the race goes on here. I am so sorry, everybody. My black button does not want to work for whatever reason. So I apologize for that. So this is where it gets, Eli, developing stories. We only have 2 cars on the lead lap right now. Xavier,
Yeah, just saw that both car left. I don't know if that was just voluntary or if there was damage. I don't believe there's any damage, but yeah, just kind of with how this race played out, we had good racing all race long. But with that sometimes some incidents on the racetrack, and we had our fair share of those tonight. Which leaves us, like you said, with 2 cars.
Yeah, this is perfect time for a quick commercial break again. Once again, my name is Justin Willis, and this is Wilkes Productions. Wilkes Productions is specializing in iRacing broadcasting, and we will soon be up and running on multiple platforms. So send me an email on Discord or on YouTube. Send me a message, and I'll get back to you with reasonable pricing and quality broadcasting once everything gets up and running. Once again, a huge shout out to our friends at iRacing. For all your iRacing needs, go to iRacing.com. And we are back live here at the Iowa Speedway. 25 laps to go, and it's a 2-horse race, Eli. This is shaping up for a mano-a-mano.
Yeah, it's don't know how to call this one, but it's I mean, this is just something you don't see very often. This restart's going to be absolutely crucial for how this race plays out. With only 2 cars running, the likelihood for a caution with these last 26 laps is as low as it's ever been. So we're
gonna get ready for this when we go green 24-lap drag race on this 0.8 of a mile speedway.
They are side by side.
This is pinching him down. Green flag is out, and they both spin the tires heavily. Looks like Xavier's got the run on Dustin in turn 1. Caution, yellow flag is out. Nope, we are green. Never mind. Apologies.
Yeah, that was weird there. Said it was a caution.
Oh, it is a caution. It is out. No?
Oh. We're sorry for what's going on here. We don't. We're having. Something's going on here. Can't tell if there's a caution or not.
Dustin dropping back, so I don't know if there is a. I think there is a caution on the flag. Or...
Yeah, sorry about that, boys. That was an oopsie.
Okay. Well, thank you for that, Dustin. We saw it jump up, but you guys were racing, so we were trying to figure out what was going on with it. So,
well, we're gonna rack them.
Yeah, I hit the wrong button.
Okay. Well, you heard it here from our league owner. Oh, both cars. Dive to pit road.
Late call by Xavier.
Did he make the commitment line?
Yeah, look at that.
All right. So from our league admin, he said he did.
Barely, but he did.
Okay.
Yeah, he made a complete 90-degree turn there, like absolute last second to come on pit road. That was.
Yeah, it looks like
wow.
4 tires in field for both these drivers.
they're trying to be dead even so we can have a really good race these last 20 or so laps. But a really fun restart there with these two drivers.
Absolutely. Once again, it's a pleasure to have Dustin pop in and out of the booth. I know Eli and me both the ding, but yeah, this is going to be interesting.
Y'all doing a heck of a job, man. I'm gonna pop back over here, man.
Absolutely. Go get him, Dustin.
Yes, sir.
So, it is FYI for all our fans watching out there. If you're still tuning in, we greatly appreciate it. This is going to be an interesting one to call, Eli, with only two. This is really going to be a game of chess.
Yeah, it's with it being only two cars, you see with a lot more cars, there's action all over the place. Now, there can still be action, and there probably will still be with two cars remaining, but it's just like we say, this restart will be crucial for how these final 20 or so laps play out.
Yeah, absolutely. And lights are still out on the pace car, so it looks like we're going to go around one more time. Eli, would you like to give anybody a huge shout out?
Man, I just want to give you a shout out for letting me up here. It's kind of been a dream of mine to be in somewhat of a commentary role, and just thank you to all the leagues I've ever been in to give me these opportunities to meet everyone, and just thankful for all that.
Absolutely, it's a pleasure to have somebody else up here in the podcast booth. It kind of gets a little lonely when you're doing it by yourself.
Yeah. Well, it's a pleasure to have Dustin jump up here too every now and then, give us an inside view of what's going on in the race. Because obviously, we're not driving in this race. So.
Absolutely. Although it would be fun, if I could jump in a car right now and try to battle it out with these guys.
Yeah.
But that's not in the cards, unfortunately, here at Iowa. Iowa has always been near to my heart. I always like the track, especially now. I have yet today to go on and put laps in with this new update, but I will definitely be putting laps in tomorrow to see what all this new update and hubbub is about. We are about to go green. Pace car dives on the pit road. We have less than 20 to go. Side by side, green flag is out. Both drivers kind of spin tires, but once again, they get that run off of the restart zone. Huge, 3-car advantage?
Yeah. He's Dustin's. I'm very interested to see how this plays out between these two drivers. Look at Dustin trying to close in, slides up just a little bit off of 3 and 4, but Xavier right now holding that bottom pretty good. See how well both drivers save their tires.
Yeah, absolutely. I think right now this is the time with 18 to go, Eli, that drivers kind of let caution go to the wind. Let the cards fall where they may.
Yeah, and there's not a whole lot of strategy or any with like they say with 2 cars remaining. They both pitted on our last caution, so they have fresh tires. So maybe not a whole lot of tire saving. It may just now be put to the floor and go as fast as you can. But we'll see how this plays out between these two Fords.
Absolutely. As of right now, though, Xavier has a 1-second gap on Dustin. As a driver in second, when you're running this hard, it's really hard to run your line lap after lap and hit your marks because all you're thinking about is, I need to close in. I need to close in and make them make a mistake. I will tell you firsthand, it is hard to make Xavier make a mistake. Oh no, Dustin! It looks like Dustin has a spin. He's dropping way back. What happened to him? Oh, he spins all by himself. Let's see, going into turn 3, he's pushing. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he gets a little loose. Oh, he hits the wall and just spins out. And unfortunately, hard contact on the nose of that thing.
I don't believe we're going to have a caution. He's trying to get it back rolling. Huge damage at that front end, but if there's no caution, this gives us race to Xavier.
Xavier pretty much has us in the bag. I don't know, folks. Hang on, and we will find out if Dustin has a fast repair, because it looks like they may have had a fast repair as he goes another lap down. Xavier, who's just clicking off the laps with 13 to go, 12 this time by. That's unfortunate. You know, Dustin is pounding his fist across the wheel. He was trying to run him down. That's unfortunate. I was hoping that we'd get a 20 lap battle with these guys.
Yeah.
We're a little close, stay focused, nothing against Xavier, but he's the leader. We're gonna see how much damage Dustin has on this pit stop.
Yeah, it just seems how that race is played out. It seems like every lap we lose a driver. By the time we get in now, just one person remaining, and that is Xavier.
Oh, it does. Yeah, look what they do have one fast repair as Dustin gets back out on track, but unfortunately, this race is as good as over. That's a shame for Dustin. You know, he's gonna be wondering what he could have did differently.
Yeah, the only scenario where we see Dustin back in this is
if Xavier makes a mistake. But as it looks like, I don't see it happening, Eli, unfortunately.
Yeah, especially with two cars running on track. Unfortunately, like you said, we really want to battle here to finish it off, but Xavier, if he just keeps doing what he's doing, we'll pick up the win here at Iowa Speedway.
Absolutely, with under 9 to go here. That's only 9 miles, Eli, around this place. He looked pretty stout in that Ford Mustang.
Like we said, just that one kind of mistake and that one caution. We don't want to put that on him, but other than that, just been on it all night long and just
biding his time, and when it mattered most, he prevailed like last week. This is from what it looks like, Eli, from what I can see, Xavier's gonna be one to watch for in this league. He's very confident in his driving ability. He knows how to muscle the car and hustle them. He's very, very aggressive on restarts, which I have loved to see a driver be aggressive.
Yeah, and we see him in other leagues that he competes in with us. Yeah, just one of those best drivers that you see out there. Just certainly knows what he's doing and is pretty good at it.
Yeah, absolutely. As you know, these laps are taken away. We're under 10 to go. It's not looking like he's made a mistake. You mentioned that one caution that wasn't his fault. It was a racing incident. It happens when you go 3 wide. How much you can do.
Yeah. But yeah, very chaotic race, but gone by fast as we are roughly 5 laps to go here from Iowa Speedway.
Yeah, 4 to go this time by for Xavier. All he needs to do is keep hitting his mark, not make a mistake. Caution is unlikely at this point. Dustin didn't throw one for when he spun, so we all know who the winner is. Going to be it's going to be Xavier, and dominating performance, Eli. Can I say less?
Yeah, I would say dominating in the second half or third. Obviously, we saw at the beginning of the race a lot of shuffling positions, and, you know, leaders having issues. And he, like I said about mid race, he got to the lead, and I was like, you know, hopefully he can change that narrative, and he certainly did, and just kept the lead the rest of the way.
Yeah, absolutely. He kept the nose of that Ford Mustang clean all afternoon, and he's just on a Sunday drive at this point. You know, we get to enjoy a master class here up in the booth of how, you know, to run the track, and yeah, this as your winner. Just these are celebratory laps for him at speed. You know, on his helmet, he's got to be wishing that Dustin didn't spin to see, you know, he could have battled him. We have 2 to go here, Eli. I don't have much more to say about this race. That it's been adventure, drama.
like we said, I mean, Xavier could even spin up around so what if you really felt like it with being ahead of their competitors. We were reaching the white flag, one lap to go for Xavier.
One lap to go here at the Iowa Speedway. Coming off of turn 2, your race winner, Xavier, in that beautiful Ford Mustang Dark Horse. You know he's going to burn it down here when he crosses the start-finish line. So real quick, we'll give you a rundown at your final finishing order here at the Iowa Speedway. Your winner, Xavier, followed by Dustin. Then we got the number 12 of Peter, followed by the 15 of Landon. In P5, we have Grant. In P6, we have Jason. In 7th, we have Peter Shepard. In 8th is our pole sitter, Sean Hill. Fortunately, he was caught up early, and that was day ending. Followed by Chris in 9th. Followed by the 86 of Joseph, who also got caught up early. The drivers that didn't make the race, we have Dale Owens in the 13th, finishing 12th. We have Cody in the 17th and 13th. We got Michael Johnson in the 8 car, 14th. We got James Jones, who didn't make the Grand Prix, unfortunately, in 16th, and running out to your field in 17th is number 11 of Braden. As we watch Xavier burn it down, we're going to quickly let him celebrate, and we're going to pull him into the broadcast booth here momentarily. Give me 1 second, folks. Eli, can you pull into the booth?
Yeah. I don't believe it will let me see.
All right, bear with me, folks.
See if we can let Dustin bring him in the booth.
Yeah, absolutely. All righty. And your winner here at the Iowa Speedway, Xavier. How was it out there today? You look sporty.
Well, this is Dustin.
Oh, Dustin, I'm sorry. Dustin, let's start with you. I thought we already had Xavier. My apologies to everybody.
No, you're good.
Your second place finisher, Dustin Hardy. Dustin, we saw you go around after that restart. Tell us a little bit about what happened.
Just trying too hard. Trying too hard, and I hit that bump, and it was over after that.
So we did notice you didn't throw the caution to try to, make it a run at it. Why?
You talking about after I spun?
Yeah, I thought you would bring out the caution, try to re-rack so you and Xavier would have a showdown.
It was just two of us. I mean, we was just trying to get it over with. At that point, it was just, he was faster than me anyways. I wasn't going to beat him anyways. Dude, kid's fast.
He's really fast. Dare I say that you two might have a season-long rivalry starting here?
Yeah, I might play some practice laps.
Absolutely. Yeah, you got any questions for us?
Well, I want to know your opinion on up here in the broadcast booth, it really seems like every couple of laps there'd be some sort of wrecking, and unfortunately, someone would fall off the race. What do you think about just, being able to stick with it and not get caught up in anything?
It all boils down to just a bunch of people that don't run with each other all the time. Me and Zane are the only ones in there that really run with each other all the time. And I think when you don't have people that are around each other, like I say all the time, you get a lot of wrecks, and you don't know what the other person's going to do or how they drive or whatnot. But, for what it was fun. It was just try to get some guys in here because we kind of pushed back the start date of the league because of the update. People were able to finish the update, so we decided to postpone it for 1 week and try to do some recruiting, and that way nobody missed the first race of the season.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, it was fun.
Yeah, with that being said, once again, I know I said it a couple times on the broadcast today, but tune in next week from the Daytona International Speedway where the Hardy Cup Series makes its inaugural debut here on the iRacing broadcast. Uh, any way we can pull our winner in today?
Yeah,
All right, sounds like we got the winner in the booth. Xavier, how was it today?
Yeah, it was a pretty good. Wasn't too confident actually coming into this race. Spun on my first quali lap. And then I had that wreck with my teammate that took him out the race on lap 1. So a couple setbacks, but over this whole race, I just learned the track and pretty good racecraft for me. Besides that one little incident with 5, the other 5 early on, but besides that, pretty good day.
Yeah, absolutely. We watched you go back and forth plenty of times in this field. So talk a little bit about the restart because the restarts looked a little sketchy. Was it just tire grip, tire pressure, or track surface?
No, honestly, restarts are fine. I wish I experimented a little bit. I was rolling it a bit more, or just waiting to go. I don't know. It was mostly the people behind me. They just, I guess, ready and they stacked up a little bit.
All right. Yeah, we had fun watching you, and I know that you were hoping to battle Hardy there the last 20 laps, and unfortunately he spun out on his own. You kind of had it in the league at that point, you know, you're just kind of running quality laps at last 15 laps or so.
Kind of, I don't know. After I saw he spun, I just kind of was just driving it home because none on the line.
Yeah.
I mean, already basically already had it in the bag. So no point in just wrecking on stuff.
Absolutely. I asked Dustin, I'm going to ask you the same question. Is there a little bit of a season rivalry starting here in the preseason?
Maybe so. I will definitely say there is going to be some rivalries, but Dustin will be a part of it. But trust me, there are going to be a couple more people. Just watch out for Joseph Smith.
Yeah, absolutely. We're looking forward to actually seeing him this evening, but unfortunately, you know, due to the update, as we've mentioned time and time again here on the broadcast. Yeah, I know you and Dustin, and let's not forget James Jones, all race multiple nights together. So talk about, you know, coming up into this season, what you're looking forward to the most.
Honestly, looking forward to trying to go win this whole thing. Full season points, every race matters. I've been doing a lot more long races recently, so I think I'm pretty prepared. Watch out for my name at the end of the season.
Right, folks, you heard it here on Wilkes Production that he's calling himself. He's calling it. He's calling himself the winner. Eli, and scuttlebutt to that.
Well, man, I would definitely pick him as one of the guys. I just want to ask, you know, I don't know if you've necessarily raced around some of these guys before. Was it like just kind of learning everyone's driving style? I know there's a lot of new guys here that kind of just joined to see what's up. Just kind of tell us about that.
Yeah, some of these guys I've raced around before, like James Jones, Joseph Smith, my teammate, Hardy, and an affiliate. That 5 guy, he was pretty fast until he left. Also raced around the 23. He was pretty good as well.
Yeah, the 23 of Grant. You guys had a good race last week, you and Grant.
He was in that one last week?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
He
Finished. I don't remember where he finished last week, unfortunately, off the top of my head. But yeah, you guys had a good battle there early on last week as well, and I don't know. We saw him drop like flies there, Dustin and Xavier. So, how what does that kind of do in a driver's mindset when you just keep seeing them drop like flies? Does it get any easier, or does it get tougher because it's a smaller field?
Well, I mean, it really
Those-
yeah, it depends how you look at it. When I saw them drop, I mean, I'm not too worried about guys dropping because there's obviously this won't happen when maybe gets the season going and everyone gets committed to a full season or at least running a good amount of races and trying to finish them. So it's just kind of a recruitment race thing. Should definitely not happen during the season. So
Absolutely.
not,
Well, there's
not
your
really any pressure or anything like that.
race winner, Xavier. We look forward to seeing what you got for the season. Next week we start at Daytona, and I know all too well that that's one of your better tracks. So, are we going to see you up front? No, from Dustin.
Don't listen to him. See me up front. Well, maybe not towards the start of the race, but definitely towards the end. I'll be up there.
Yeah, you're definitely going to be one to watch for this season. Definitely know how to handle the traffic. It's been an entertaining 2 weeks of watching you in your racecraft. I enjoy it. Thanks for being such an amazing race car driver and allowing us to cover it.
Of course.
And Dustin Hardy, any final words before we end tonight off?
Yeah, my whole goal for the season, man, I'm just trying to keep Zay behind me and Joseph, and I should be good to go.
Good luck with that.
Well, as you hear here firsthand, folks, we got quite the rivalry brewing, and we look forward to seeing what Daytona and the rest of the season holds. Gentlemen, I will let you go. Thanks for having us, and that is your top 2 from the Iowa Speedway. Any final closing remarks, Eli?
Yeah, I mean, I just appreciate everyone watching, and I that was a surprisingly good race for being a recruitment race. Just kind of a teeter to the racing action to expect this season in the Harley Davidson Cup Series.
Absolutely, I couldn't have said it better myself. And folks, with that, we do bid you adieu from the Iowa Speedway. I am Justin Wilkes. He is Eli McDonald.